Hi guys, welcome back to my planner stack. Today I'm going to show you a new journal that I've been working on. A couple, 2 or 3 years ago, I was gifted a bunch of orchids, like 60 orchids, and I had a few, but this definitely made a big difference in my orchid collection. And so I've been taking care of them and everything, but I haven't really been totally invested. So I started doing that this summer. I was doing a little bit better at making sure they got watered correctly and fertilized correctly. And so I also decided I was going to start an orchid journal. Now you could do this with any type of plants. I'm just doing it with orchids. B6 Slim is my kind of go-to size. I just love this size. So I grabbed a old folio I had that I'm not currently using, and this happens to be Lorite on Etsy. It's also Lacao off of Etsy. Comes from Taiwan, but he does a good job, and it ships pretty fast, gets here pretty fast. I like the pockets. That's the main thing. I use Chic Sparrow a lot, but I do like the pockets on the Lorite Lacao. Inside, I have a Midori. It's not the real thin. I think it's like 170 pages, 176 pages of Tomoe River paper, I think. No, it's not Tomoe River paper, but it's nice paper. So what I did was I took that. I haven't decorated the front yet. I will. I just want to make sure I was going to stay in this size. I tried A6 first and I wasn't loving it. So what I did here was I made a few section tabs for the main types I have. Like I have Cattleya, Dendrobium, Vanda, Phalaenopsis, and then a miscellaneous. And so I did some tabs for the main ones because that's what I have the most of. And then, so when you go into each section, like this is Cattleyas, I then do kind of a little sketch of the Cattleya and what it needs for light, temperature, water, fertilizer. And since I started this, I don't have one blooming yet. I've got 3 with buds on it, or now see, I'm gonna get the wrong term. It's like a sleeve that blooms. I think they call it a sleeve. Not real sure on that, but I thought this one was Cattleya, and it still might be. I'm waiting for, I'm in an orchid group on Facebook, and I took a picture of it and put it out there, and I'm asking for confirmation of what it is. So if it's a Cattleya, then I'll come here to my C1. I use C for Cattleya 1, and I'll do it here. But I do know what this guy is, so we're going to do that one. But I also have Dendrobium, and I think I've only had one actually blooming since I started. And then I've got Vanda, which is a lot of mine are Vandas. They're the ones that have all the roots hanging down. But I probably have 50 Vandas out there. So I have started, I'm pretty good at getting on my Vandas. This one actually looks a lot like that one, but the blooms are bigger and it has like deep purple splotches in the middle. So it is different, and I'll show you how I know that in a second. So anyway, so this is going to be Vanda 6. And I forgot my marker. Here we go. And so I got Vanda 6. Okay, and it is, I have a hard time describing the pictures, and I used my Canon Ivy. Let me grab it. It's charging. My Canon Ivy I use to print it, and it works really well. It just connects right to my phone, and it's on the Canon Ivy sticker paper, so it will stick right in here once I get it going. And you'll notice here, I'm just gonna say it for it while I have this picture in hand, I've got little clothespins, the squeezable ones on here. And I did that for two reasons. One denotes these are Vandas, and they're supposed to go in a bucket of water like 15 minutes every day. Well, it has 60. I don't have time to do each Vanda for 15 minutes a day. So I do water them with spraying them every day, but I've assigned each Vanda a day of the week, and so it goes in a big trash can, and I'll put like 4 of them. I bought a new trash can that's had nothing in it but Vandas, and I'll put them in 4 at a time for like 4 hours. So they're getting a good soaking once a week at least. If I have time, I'll rotate them again. And also I have a little clip on here for, you can't really tell, but that's a little flower. And that's as soon as I notice that there is a flower spike coming out, then I put one of those on there, and those with a flower spike will get 15 minutes every day. So like right now I have 4 with flower spikes, this being one of them, and they're getting 15 minutes every day. So anyways, okay, so this guy is gonna go in here. That was kind of a bunny trail. If you're not into orchids, that probably meant nothing, and I'm sorry. But kind of, you know, if you're doing something other than orchids, like maybe you have cacti, or, you know, violets. I also have a few violets, not very many. But okay, so this guy, I'm going to turn this so I can get a nice, it's going to go here. And I'm going to do a short description of him here. Like, I'm going to say dark pink. Dark pink with purple splotches. There's probably a more technical name. Okay. And they're, I should have measured them because that's a pretty good bloom. I might go back out and measure it and put how wide that bloom is. Oh, and they're, okay. So then down here, oh, it wasn't exactly straight. Oh, well. Down here, I put the date and then the activity. Like, for instance, right now I'm going to talk about blooming, but if it was a different type of orchid and need repotted, I might say when I repotted it. So today is September 16th. And it's blooming. And I'm going to put here that it had 7 blooms, and all of them bloomed. There's 1 remaining left, but it just shows no signs that it's going to dry up. It looks like it's going to bloom. And ever since I started doing the watering thing, that's really helped a lot in my getting all my blooms to bloom. Okay, so then now I know this is V6, and so I have these tags. They're aluminum tags, so they're not going to rust, but they are kind of metally. And I use these to tag the orchids so that next time something happens, I can double check, and I'm tagging them as they bloom. So once they bloom, then I put a tag on it with a picture. So I'm going to move that guy out of the way. And this is V. And the ink won't stay on there, but that's okay. It really just makes the dent in the tag. V6, and I'm putting here dark pink. I'm pressing pretty hard with splotches. And if I knew the actual, actual name for it, I would put that on here. But these were all gifted, and very, very few of them were tagged. So as you can see on the back, it kind of leaves an impression on the back. So then, the tags come with these little twist tie kind of things. And then it will go around that plant. So next time something happens to that plant, or it has some sort, either blooms or I do something with it, I can know which one I'm talking about for sure. So before I was like, was it that one that bloomed? Like this one here. I really was thinking I had another one that bloomed the same thing, but then I saw the old flower spike and I'm like, that was the same one, but it was before I started tagging them. So now I know that V5 tagged or bloomed twice in 1 year. So that's good information. I'm still waiting. It's still blooming. It bloomed all the way up the spike. And so I'm waiting to make sure. I should be able, actually, I know the last one's blooming right now. I mean, they're all still blooming, but the last one opened up. So I got 17 blooms. So, okay. All right. So then I'll put that on the plant. I'll do the same with this guy as soon as I am for sure I know what he is. And that's really all I'm doing. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hoping you can take this and maybe do something that you're interested in doing. Doesn't have to be orchids. That's just kind of what I do. I live in Florida, so it's great for orchids here in Florida. And that's all I have for you today. Y'all have a blessed day and a blessed week.